What are we doing today, Connor?
We're celebrating giving it up at 50th.
Nice.
I don't like that.
Hold on. JJ.
Or they'll be like, oh, I don't like that. People will be like, yeah.
Careful.
I'm not the best at blue.
I'm a good boy.
So
You want to go on the swing?
So what if it was swinging? Then I had 2 ninja stars. I took 2 ninja stars out of my pocket and I was a ninja. And then I flew them. And then they hit one of the chains. And then it slowed the ride down. Then I used my arm and flew out the other chain. And then the swing will, and then the swing will fall down.
Can I have a quick story?
Sure, I want to hear it.
So the quick story about when Ron and Sheila got married, Grandma, Mary B, our mother, asked me to do a favor for her. And when I got out of high school 3-4 months earlier, I didn't cut my hair and I grew a mustache or a goatee or whatever I had. She said, "Would you shave your mustache or your goatee, whatever it was?" And I said, "All right, I'll shave." You know, I was telling your dad the story, and I said, if you'd asked me, I said no, but Grandma asked me, I caved, and I caved, and I haven't, and I grew it back the day afterwards, and I've never shaved it off. I've never shaved it off since. I've always
Loved his mom. He wanted to make sure mom was happy.
Oh, there was, you know, you're right. It was the rank and file, you know, that one level up.
You know, if mom asks for a wedding, you do for the wedding, right?
Oh yeah. So I fell on the sword. I did it, but I grew it back the next day.
Never, look at that.
I've never shaved it off.
And he couldn't look better, and I'm sure he looked amazing with it off. How you guys feeling today?
Happy anniversary, Ron and Sheila.
Happy anniversary, Ron and Sheila.
Perfect. That's all we ask.
You're up first. This is your headset.
Oh boy.
Remember,
Oh, boy.
don't rip the entire breast panel off. There's part of it that's supposed
Here we
to
go.
stay.
This is my moment of truth. It's speech/toast time.
Oh boy.
All right.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi, Donovan. Do you know where Rocket is?
I do know where Rocket
He's sitting watching football.
It's been a wonderful 50 years. And there's so many emotions that I have today as I see the generations and the family that go back years and years. Sheila and Jimmy and their family, and obviously Dee Dee is my sister, and Tom and Dick. I can't see where you are, but we grew up. Our parents died very young, and so we grew up really tight. We have the most wonderful relationship, and so that was our core. And we got married, and then we have all these other friends and relatives who come together, who made our lives so rich, who have been with us when we laughed and when we cried. And we were wondering if it was all going to ever turn out. My father used to say, when my mother was sick, there were some people who said to him, "You can't handle this. You have to split the children up." And his reply.
Can you say louder? Sorry.
When my mother had polio, she was pregnant with Dick, and there were people that said, "You have to split this family up. You can't handle 5 children by yourself." And his comment was, "Well, who am I not going to take? Who am I going to give? How are we going to split this up?" He said, "If you take one, you take all." And my grandmother helped him, keep us all together. And at our wedding, Bill got up and said to Ron, "If you take one, you take all." And he was a very brave man. He took everybody, and really, it's been wonderful. It hasn't been a story tale, it's not a fairy tale, but it's just the best possible outcome. And of all, I just couldn't I just couldn't believe it. So here's to my father and my mother and my grandmother and all of you, because this is a miracle. And I've been so privileged to have a husband like Ron and a family like all of you. I just can't thank you all enough. So,
Here we all love you, Sheila. We love you.
I have another shout out.
George and Dee Dee's apartment on Grandview, and their aunt was there.
This may end the 50-year relationship.
Do you want to
And we met her
continue,
and she was
Ron?
great. But when I was introduced to
Auntie Rose?
No, Monica.
Oh,
Monica.
Monica. Oh.
we had a disagreement on what.
Being Sheila.
Oh yeah, Sheila and me had a disagreement, and we came from. I picked her up, and from Divisadero, we went on to see George and Dee Dee. And when I was introduced, she said, "Well, I'd like you to meet Ron."
Sheila introduced him as Ron.
Wrong. W-R-O-N-G. Because of the disagreement we had as to a bus stop and a bus zone.
Ron.
She was right.
I'm just telling you, she was right.
Claudia,
She's been right most of the time. But I'll tell you, she's been a great mom. She's been a great wife. And all the friends we've met we're very lucky to have you all here. Thank you for coming, and it's been really fun to see everybody.
When you married Dad, and she said, I wonder how long this is going to last, because he had just been diagnosed, actually, with diabetes or epilepsy. Epilepsy, and having lost her parents so young, when she loves something very much, sometimes there was a risk of losing it. So I think no one is actually more surprised than my mom that they made it to 50 years and her premonitions on her wedding day were completely wrong, which is great for all of us. And so the other thing I wanted to touch on was movies were a big part of our family growing up. It actually was the very first their first date was to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, a true romance. I don't know which one of you is Robert Redford or Paul Newman. We wanted to do a reenactment and get some burros up here and a Mexican shootout. We only got a bunch of asses. We are so glad that you could join us today. But yes, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, they actually jump off the cliff, and there is one right up top. So later today, we will all send them off. No, we will not be doing that. But going back to the movies, in the movie, there is a song, Raindrops Keep falling on my head. And this is one of their favorite songs. And I can't help but know that another song's favorite movie is Singing in the Rain. And what I find ironic about that is it's about being happy. And when we think of rain, we think of covering up and protecting ourselves. And when I think about my parents, I think about the rain and all the challenges that they had, and that they just embraced it, and that they were dancing and singing in the rain through our lives. And knowing now all the things I know about being a parent and being scared and not knowing if things are going to be okay for your kids, I'm just so proud of everything you did. Thank you so much for everything. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cry that much. But you absolutely are the best rain dancers that I know. And here's to jumping off that cliff.
We are here to celebrate Ron and Sheila breezing to 50 years of marriage. We are really celebrating love. It's a very special and crazy thing to commit yourself to someone for life and to raise 4 children with them. It's kind of like the ultimate gamble. With all of its ups and downs your marriage and your children have gone through, I'd say things have turned out better than okay. Even when one of the kids seemed to have lost their way, they pulled it around to see sunny days. I think we all know we're talking about Katie. You never showed many of your issues in front of us, as any good parent would do. Mom, you always made sure Dad had exactly what he needed for his diabetes, and that you stayed on top of him about taking care of himself. Dad, you'd always surprise Mom with flowers and take her out on dates, and I would love to see you guys both dress up for the black and white ball. I'm only going to be serious for a moment.
Yeah, I definitely don't have something planned like my brother Liam. Liam, you did a phenomenal job on that host and mom and dad. And similar thoughts what Liam said. They had a kind of a perfect balance. Mom always looked after Dad in his needs. And Dad showed us as children how to overcome things in life, I believe. And we've all kind of sat back and watched him overcome all these health issues, and his ability to maintain through that. His perseverance has always been something that I've looked up to, and that it wouldn't happen without such a beautiful mother, loving lady, mom next to you. And you guys have just made a wonderful connection. I'm glad that you've been able to stay close and take care of William, and being able to see you guys. Anyway, I just want to say I love you guys, and 50 more.
I gotta get him in the no.
Speaking for you, if I can, it's a real challenge.
I'm Irish.
Well played, Dad. Well played.
Use your hands.
That's my mom.
Well, I remember Ron and Sheila on the wedding day. I have good memories, and some of them are kind of funny. I have a memory of Sheila's brother Bill on the stairs of the church where they got married in Marin County, and Bill was full of life.
Yeah.
You know, he's gone now. And that's a real shame. But anyway, he is gone. But he came to your wedding.
He did.
He made it.
And what else do I remember?
George got Ron picked out the best Christmas tree. Didn't even work hard. Just drove up.
How about George had to run back to their apartment. We were at Gammy's. George, you ran back to your apartment to pick up Dee Dee's shoes because she, being the maid of honor, somehow had forgotten her shoes.
I remember Shirley.
That is
so
Thanks, Mom.
Only a woman.
And not only that, some 20, 30 years later at Carrie's wedding, she forgot her veil. Yeah. And guess what? You were downstairs at the
Olympic Club.
No,
at the church.
No, where they were getting dressed. The Palomar.
Palomar.
Oh, yeah.
And you weren't doing anything. So guess what? You got to go pick up Carrie's veil.
Yeah, my veil.
It was George to the rescue yet again.
No charge.
Oh, George. Yeah, you paid your dues.
No more charges. Nope. Here's to the bride and groom.
Oh,
To 50 more.
I have a couple of.
Is my iPad done with it?
Can we go?
JJ.
I got it. Can we go some more shading? Shade.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, little bread.
Hi, Auntie Kate.
Hi. Oh, it's the other Auntie Kate. How you doing?
Good. What are we doing? We're celebrating Mom and Dad's 50th wedding anniversary.
The big 5-0.
Oh, there's a yellow jacket.
Oh, good.
Oh, he's on the camera.
All right.
No, dude, I have some more fizzy water. I'll take this. I have fizzy water. Come here.
Hi, William. Hi, how are you?
Well, it's kind of like it.
Here, JJ, look.
It's kind of like it.
Bam! Good times all around. Are you guys having a good time?
Hey, you know how you
Go.
like to surf? You know how you